Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and welcome back to some more Spice. In today's video, we are taking a look at battles submitted by you, the community, and in today's video, we are featuring Porygon 2 and Porygon Z. And this trainer, Firestar73, actually took it upon themselves to test out both of these Porygon evolutions, the Porygon 2 in Ultra Premier, and the Porygon Z in the Open Ultra League. And so we could kind of compare them side by side and see which one ends up performing better. And as for movesets, the Porygon 2 is running Lock On, Return, and Zap Cannon, and the Porygon Z is running Lock On, Tri Attack, and Blizzard. We'll be taking a look at Porygon 2's battles first. Leading Shadow Dragonite into Abomasnow, absolutely horrific lead. Safe swapping into Porygon 2, baits out the Toxicroak. Oh, come on. Does he know? Does he know about Return? Come on, here we go. Oh, lands the Return, lock-ons him down. Toxicroak is fuming. Drifblim comes in. Well, he's about to get this Zap Cannon. Icy Wind is not going to KO. It is going to debuff by one stage the attack. Let's see how much Zap Cannon does here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Needs to farm up to a Return. And definitely needs to commit a shield because the rest of his backline is super weak to Abomasnow, so has to bank this Return and switch out. Comes into the Venusaur, a little bit of lag, able to farm down. The Abomasnow will be coming back in. Abomasnow, of course, outpaces Venusaur, so this is going to be a very difficult match. Able to get off the Sludge Bomb, and the Abomasnow is going to outpace the Venusaur. As I mentioned, they're going to get to a move right before they get to the Sludge Bomb, so I actually do like the decision to shield and force the last shield on the Abomasnow so then you can land the Return while it's unshielded. So going for the Sludge Bomb, I'm expecting a shield. We do see a shield, and unfortunately gets farmed down. Comes back in with the Porygon 2, going for the Return. Let's see how much this does. I'm actually really curious. That does so much! And then just snipes him with some Dragon Breaths. Absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness. Shadow Machamp. Definitely a lead the Dragonite can stay in. They safe swap to Empoleon, counter swapping with the Porygon 2. Ooh, Hydro Cannon hits hard, probably going to want to commit a shield here. And then can probably just go straight Zap Cannon. Actually goes for the Return bait. I'm not in love with this play, because if they no-shield it, which they do, you're in a bit of a tough spot, but should be able to get to another Return, and if the Empoleon decides not to commit a shield, then this should be able to take them out. However, unfortunately, the Shadow Machamp will come in and counter down. They're in a bit of a tough spot, because they're in an energy and shield disadvantage. Comes in with the Dragonite, and ooh, beautiful catch onto the Venusaur. Venusaur can take a Rock Slide way better than Shadow Dragonite. And we'll see what they have in back. Charizard. Okay, this is going to be a little tough. However, the Charizard just throws a Dragon Claw, so beautiful no shield, can still get off the Sludge Bomb. And now a win con is realized. You need a ton of energy on the Dragonite. As you can see, already has a Dragon Claw loaded. Charizard able to get to a Dragon Claw of their own. Really cannot take another Dragon Claw, so needs to build up to just over 2 and go for the back-to-back Dragon Claws. One to get the shield, and one to hopefully knock it out. And this is where that extra shadow damage is going to come in handy. Takes care. Machamp comes in and able to get off the Dragon Claw just before they get to a move. Catching that move onto Venusaur was a huge turning point for flipping this game. Very well played. All right. Hopping into the next match here, still taking a look at more Porygon 2. Leading into a Venusaur, great lead for the Shadow Dragonite. I'm expecting them to bail out of here, which they do into a Kingdra. Unfortunately, doesn't have a great response, so does a bunch of chip damage before coming into Venusaur. My guess is this is probably an Outrage. Oh, Octazooka bait. Wow, I am with Firestar here where I would have shielded that. I was fully expecting the Outrage. Going for the Frenzy Plant. Gets the shield, so the opponent is probably going to try and win switch. However, Kingdra does get outpaced in this matchup, and Frenzy... Oh, they are going hard for switch here. You call the Octazooka? Oh, what a play. Calls the Octazooka and is going to be able to get to the Frenzy Plant before he's Dragon Breath down. So now he has shield advantage and switch advantage. So at this point, this game is basically over. Unfortunately, Venusaur does get farmed down, but Dragonite has a Dragon Claw loaded, and Dragon Claw from Shadow Dragonite does hit pretty hard. As you can see, does a nice chunk there. Charizard comes out, and going for another Dragon Claw here because Shadow Dragonite is in a really, really good spot. Oh, that does so much damage. At this point, actually letting this go. So wanting the Charizard to throw their energy and then coming in with the Porygon to try and farm down. This feels like a Dragon Claw. Yeah, just a Dragon Claw. That makes quite a bit of sense. Attempting to lock on down is going to be very difficult here. Lets it go, knowing that it's the Dragon Claw and they can survive it, and able to get off the return versus the Venusaur. Tell me this is enough, and it is. Beautiful, and Porygon 2 able to close the match. You love to see it. Alright, hopping to the next match here, the Dragonite Mirror. This is very difficult. Do you decide to throw, which they actually do? Because there are basically two schools of thought. You either throw, or you try and get the extra Dragon Breath through shield once and farm down. The opponent comes in with a Togekiss and met with Venusaur, and this is already a pretty good matchup for Venusaur, but especially having a shield advantage, oh my goodness, this is just such a good matchup. Ooh, lands it. Ooh, has to tank a move here. Shields up the Aerial Ace, nicely done, and now you can just fully Vine Whip down and have energy for their Dragonite. Their Dragonite, of course, does have a move, so they may come in and throw right away, which they do. Can survive this. It's non-Shadow Dragon Claw. Yeah, not an issue. And going for the Sludge Bomb. My guess is we may see a shield here. Yep, and they bring out a Machamp, although they don't have any shields, so this Frenzy Plant is going to hit like an absolute truck. Unfortunately, poor Porygon really doesn't have a lot of play here. Dragonite's able to get it very low, coming back in with the Venusaur to force them to dump their energy. I like that play. Shielding it up, and oh, very close one. Dragonite comes back in, but Porygon 2 able to get to the return before they're able to get to their Hurricane, and able to land the return and take the game. So even in a game where Porygon 2 is honestly in a pretty tough spot, not a lot of good matchups, still able to clutch it out. Alright, Shadow Dragonite into Jellicent. I'd imagine this is not the best matchup just because Jellicent is just going to significantly outbulk Shadow Dragonite. So even though these Shadow Dragon Claws will hurt, the added bulk and the threat of Ice Beam, Shadow Dragonite really has to shield here. Calls the Bubble Beam? Whoa. Holy crap. Now shields the Shadow Ball. What? Oh my goodness, what a call. Umbreon, and they're able to bait out a Typhlosion. And this is honestly not great. Able to land a Sludge Bomb, which is okay. But Typhlosion is going to have a lot of play here. And this Typhlosion has a lot of energy. Shields up the Blast Burn. And there's the second Blast Burn, yep. Incinerate generates energy so incredibly quickly. And coming in with the Dragonite, can farm all the way down. Down 2 shields, but still should be in an okay position. Just going for the Dragon Claw. Although the opponent probably doesn't shield this, yeah. Just trying to force them to throw more than anything, which they do. And now it is Porygon 2 time. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Porygon 2 going straight for the return. Unfortunately, they do shield. You hate to see it. Unfortunately, with this particular moveset, there's not really a good bait move. But as you can see, Porygon 2 actually kind of tanky, though. To be 100% honest, it's a little tanky. So that works out. Gets the shield on the return. Another charge move coming through. And this is going to start to get it pretty low. It's going to be a race here. And what a sack onto Shadow Dragonite. Oh my goodness, an amazing catch. And this is going to allow them to get to the return with almost no HP. And that is going to take out the Umbreon. So with a 2 shield deficit, Porygon 2 with the help of a sacrificial swap able to win the day. Not the best lead ever with Ampharos here. You try and catch. They did build up to a Dragon Pulse. Have to shield this in case it is the Dragon Pulse. Just a Thunder Punch. They're 1 away from their second one. Beautiful catch onto the Venusaur. Love that play, and we're definitely going to see the Ampharos bail out of here. Ampharos is a terrible matchup. They're met with, whoa, a Hypno. Hypno is, of course, going to do quite well in this particular matchup. Letting it go, it's a Fire Punch, able to survive a Fire Punch. That is knowing your matchups right there. I would have Panic Shielded 100%. Unfortunately, off the second Frenzy Plant, so they are going to have to come back in with the Dragonite, which of course has a ton of loaded energy. Going straight for the Dragon Claw, gets the shield, and able to get off the second Dragon Claw, and this should hopefully be taking out that Hypno. Oh, the Hypno actually double shields, so the Hypno does not want to see that Dragonite. Letting it go through, it's a Thunder Punch, and Ampharos is able to come in and snipe it. At this point, it is all on Porygon 2. Can Porygon 2 clutch this out? I'll be honest, I have my doubts. Shields up a Thunder Punch, going straight for the return. And return, of course, is going to be massively overkill for taking out the Ampharos. Let's see what they have in the back here. A Venusaur, and unfortunately, I don't think return one-shots from here. It's going to do a lot, but I don't think it quite fully one-shots. As you can see, it's not going to fully one-shot, and this Frenzy Plant is going to be more than enough to take out the Porygon 2. So, unfortunately, not quite able to clutch out that game. Shadow Dragonite into Swampert, fantastic lead for the Dragonite. They counter with a Tangrowth, and actually counters with Porygon 2. So, very interesting counter swap there. Shields up the Power Whip, and more than likely just going to be going straight return. Lets a charge move through. Let's see how much this does. I'm super curious. Power Whip, ooh, that does a lot. That hurts. And going straight for the return. Hopefully they think it's a Tri-Attack and they just let it through. Oh, and they let it through. You love to see it. Perfect. Typhlosion, able to get to the return. They should be doing a nice chunk on Typhlosion if it's not shielded. Little bit of lag there. They do get the shield, which is unfortunate. However, at this point, you can set up the Dragonite versus the Typhlosion and Venusaur into the Swampert, and it's a pretty straightforward game from here. Shielding up the Blast Burn and going straight for the Dragon Claw. And this is definitely going to be getting that last shield because they recognize that they really need to get rid of this Dragonite as it does super well against their whole back line. That lands. Charge move comes through. At this point, the Shadow Dragonite is no longer needed. Blast Burn, that's totally fine. And they both simul swap, and the opponent sees the writing on the wall and concedes the match. So a good game there. All right, and now we're hopping into the battles featuring Porygon Z. And let's take a look and see how Porygon 2's older brother Porygon Z does. Porygon Z into Cresselia. So right off the bat, a meta matchup here. Going straight for the Tri-Attack on the 7th Psycho Cut. I like that play quite a bit. Let's see, gets the debuff. That is absolutely huge. Attack and defense fell, so this is going to make this matchup a lot nicer. But as you can see, even with attack and defense falling, that still did a lot. Going straight for the Blizzard. Okay. I see you. Oh my goodness, that Blizzard did a lot. Trying to lock on down. Oh, cannot lock on down. You hate to see it. Okay, definitely going to have to shield this up, and is now going to be able to lock on down and has a ton of loaded energy. They bring out a Granbull, they bring in their Melmetal, and they're able to bait out a Scissor. And this is honestly still an okay matchup for the Melmetal because you're not taking super effective damage by any means, and your charge moves are going to be hitting for heavy neutral damage because Scissor is absolutely made of glass. So going for another Rock Slide, I'm guessing we are going to be seeing the shield. Yep, makes quite a bit of sense. And if this is just a Night Slash, should be able to survive it just fine. Yep, can survive that. And now going for another Rock Slide. And the opponent has an interesting call to make, and they actually decide to let that go. And they come in to farm down with the Granbull. And ooh, got loaded Tri-Attacks for days. Gets the shield. Going for another one. Okay. Let's see how much this does. I'm super curious. Oh, that did a lot. Gets the debuff. Can you farm down a Granbull with Shadow Dragonite? No way, right? Farms down the Charmer with the Dragonite to clutch out the win. No way. Melmetal lead. Ooh, this is where a Zap Cannon would really be helpful because all moves are going to be resisted. So Porygon Z is in a really tough spot in this particular matchup. However, with the Dragonite in the back, you also can't really switch out. So here you're stuck in a really uncomfortable position of having to stay in. Going for another Tri-Attack. Gets the shield, and this Melmetal is just absolutely loaded. Decides to let it go because it's fairly debuffed, and even fairly debuffed, that does so much. Actually staying in here and going for the Tri-Attack, not sure I very much agree with that, because you could have just gone straight into the Dragonite and not given it as big of an energy lead, because now it has a massive energy lead and you kind of have to call the bait. And it's a Brave Bird, that's absolutely brutal. However, their defense is now lowered, so you may be able to come in with Melmetal and do okay. Shields it up, Flame Charge, but that is going to hurt quite a bit, and able to get to the Rock Slide, which is of course going to be more than enough to take out the Talonflame. But this Melmetal has a lot of work to do, as the opposing Melmetal is going to be able to fire off a Superpower. Ooh, that hurts. And going straight for the Rock Slide, so a very nice attempted catch by the opponent, but even so, Melmetal just doesn't have enough health, and the Togekiss is able to charm all the way down. So the opponent's team was very hostile to Dragonite, and that made that match very difficult. Porygon Z into, whoa, Gliscor. I mean, I did feature the Shadow version on my channel, a very cool pick. You really want to try and go for the Blizzard here. Blizzard would absolutely murder. Go for the Blizzard here. Oh, going for the Tri-Attack. If they don't shield this, I'm going to be so sad. Come on, please shield it. Oh no, it would have one-shot the Gliscor. No. You hate to see it. Went for the bait. Granted, that still did a lot to Gliscor and got the debuff, but I would have loved to see it KO. Able to win the lead though. So even despite not being able to land that, still able to win the lead, which is fantastic. And you can tank a Night Slash here. I like letting that go in case the Obstagoon does get the boost. And the opponent switches into Cresselia, met by Melmetal. And this is going to be a very slow match that will be won by Melmetal. They go for the Grass Knot. Oh no. Oh no. They went for a very risky... Yeah, that is definitely not the play, Grass Knot. You do want to go for Moonblast to try and get the debuffs, and they just keep going Grass Knot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, granted, the debuff chance is only 10% now. It used to be 30%, but the only way you are flipping this matchup if you're the Cresselia is if you get the debuff on turn 1, and since they are not going for the debuff, they're just going straight Grass Knot, they're not going to be able to win this particular matchup. Opponent switches in, they probably think that they caught a Rock Slide, but they caught a Superpower, so joke's on them, and now Shadow Dragonite is going to be able to close out this match. Getting the shield with the Dragon Claw, and then has 2 shields left, so is in a really comfortable position where you can just, again, is this a single moved Cress? I am confused. Letting it go, so deciding to flex on him a little bit. It's just a Grass Knot. Oh no. Please second move your Cresselias. If you have one, that's a perfect example of where you need Moonblast. Alright, Porygon Z into Talonflame. Talonflame actually switches out into Umbreon, going for the Tri-Attack, probably hoping for the debuff before he is going to switch out of here. Doesn't get the debuff, going for a second one. It is a 50% chance, so come on, please. No debuff, fails into Melmetal. And honestly, Melmetal, you probably only needed to throw 1, because once you have that amount of chip damage, you're in a pretty good spot if you're the Melmetal, so long as you can connect on a Superpower. Foul play. That is going to start to add up. Going for the Rock Slide bait, this is rather risky here, because if they no shield, you're in quite a bit of trouble, which they do. Oh, that is not good. Really needed a Superpower there. Undercharging even a little bit. I'm not sure I agree with this play. Shielding it up and then maybe trying to Thunder Shock down. But exactly, and Talonflame's going to come back in and take them out, and the rest of his team isn't going to do great against Talonflame. Like, Dragonite with shields can do okay, but they're going to be able to throw here and one Incinerate. That's going to be able to get the shield, and then they're going to be in trouble. Oh, sacks the Porygon Z. Beautiful play there. Catches the flame charge, nicely done. Dragonite coming back in. Dragonite is going to have to commit the shield, so very nicely done, recognizing the win con was with the Shadow Dragonite. All depends what's in back, though. A Shadow Dragonite without shields is usually a dead Shadow Dragonite. Also, I've said the word Shadow Dragonite like 8 times. They try and sack. They are unsuccessful. All right. Probably going for the bait here, and then you have to land the big move to get it. Oh, they don't go for the big move. That's rough. Just going for the Dragon Claw. That's not going to be enough, and this foul play is going to be enough to take them out, unfortunately. So, a very close game, but unfortunately not quite able to clutch it out. Alright, and hopping to the next match against Gengar's Wrath. Hopefully they're running Gengar. Ah, no such luck. It is Togekiss. Do you just go straight Blizzard here? I would love to see a Blizzard land. Unfortunately, just going straight Tri-Attack. Oh, and they didn't shield it either. No. So that is one learning from watching these battles, is a lot of people don't really know. Oh, it wins the 0 going straight Tri-Attack. I changed my mind. Every time I'm like, man, go for the nuke. People just don't know what the various Porygons have, so there's a lot of people just not shielding situations where nukes could have landed. Shadow Dragonite is going to be a pretty good answer here, but you desperately need shields, and you are going to get outpaced, which is a little rough. Going for the Dragon Claw. They actually let it go, but they get to another move. This is super rough. I think he lets it go. Very interesting call. Still able to get to a Dragon Claw. So a very, very bold call. And it is a Gengar in the back. Oh, perfect. Someone named Gengar's Wrath has a Gengar in the back. That is perfectly on brand. Calls it. It's the Shadow Ball. Oh, no. This is looking pretty rough, to be honest. Goes for the Rock Slide. Gets the shield. Able to get to another Rock Slide. Oh, I didn't think he was going to get there. Okay. Rock Slide does a lot. Can Dragonite farm down here? They get to a move, shields it up, but I think it's going to get farmed down. Dragonite was able to farm down there, and oh, Muck's able to snarl down. So very, very close game. Unfortunately, not quite able to clutch it out. And in conclusion, between Porygon 2 and Porygon Z, I'd probably have to go with the Porygon 2. I mean, granted, they were running different movesets, but Porygon 2 on the Safe Swap does have significantly more bulk. And on top of that, Stab Return, which if you can get it, I'd probably run it on both of them. Hits so incredibly hard. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. And a special thank you to our members here on YouTube. The support has been absolutely incredible lately. So thank you guys oh so very much, and I will see you guys in the next video.